Peace and blessings. This is Nubia I, the Raw Food Goddess, the Womb Priestess, and the Holistic Practitioner. And today I wanted to come to you with another video. Only this video is about raw foods because I gotta keep talking about raw foods. I gotta keep letting people know the value of raw foods. There's always new people joining the raw food movement, and I just gotta speak on it. I just saw a hummingbird, so that's why I looked over there. It's so beautiful. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about raw foods and my take on what I've learned, almost being 3 years raw in May. It'll be 3 years. Now, I've been a vegetarian for over 20, but being raw has been almost 3 years. And I've got something to share. So I've been doing a lot of nuts. I've been doing a lot of nut meat. So you know you can use nuts as meat. You can use nuts for tacos to make taco meat, or use it as a use it like ground beef. You can make it look like it and kind of taste like it. And I've been doing a lot of nuts. I've been doing a lot of nut meat, and I've been doing a lot of tacos, and just desiring heavier foods, particularly when the weather is kind of like today, and it's kind of been where I'm living in the Bay Area. It's been a little overcast, a little cool, a little rainy. I tend to want these heavier foods. Also, too, and I think when I'm going through my own thing, needing more nurturing, needing to nurture myself more, needing to, just be in a more nurturing space, I tend to eat heavier foods. And so nuts is definitely a heavier food when you're going raw. And it's a great way in the beginning to retain some of your weight, because a lot of people are concerned about the rapid weight loss that comes with raw foods. And so I do agree that the nuts is a great way to keep some of that weight on. I would say that. But you want to be careful about how much nuts you're doing, because I feel like I've been doing so many nuts in so many ways and just in different recipes that I became very bloated. I almost felt like I would feel like when I had the couscous. So let me tell you the positives I think about it, and maybe the negatives. The positive is, if you're transitioning from cooked to raw and you're concerned about losing weight, then I think adding nuts and nut-based recipes to your raw food journey or diet would be excellent. The negative is you don't want to do too much. Too much of anything that's not good for you, they say. Well, nuts is definitely it. I feel like it slows down your digestive process. I feel like it does create a bloatedness. So you become bloated, to me, if you do too much. I think that nuts is a heavier food. It is a meat, and it takes longer for the digestive tract to break it down into small pieces and to help it move through. And so I suggest that if you do nuts doing raw, make sure you're having a lot of raw, more water-based, that's it, water-based fruits and vegetables with it. So if you're doing tacos, make sure you're piling, you have it in the collard green wrap, that you're putting sprouts in, and tomatoes and avocados and cucumbers and water-rich foods to help it kind of go down a lot more easier. And I really just kind of wanted to state that I kind of wanted to give the ones that were transitioning to raw something to kind of help them stay, healthier and a little thicker, if that's what we're desiring, as well as getting your protein. And the almonds is high in vitamin E, which is the beauty moisturizing, food or vitamins. So many wonderful things about nuts, but at the same time it can be very constipating and clogging, and so you want to be very careful and really think about nuts and how you use them. My journey, I will definitely give you more in May with my 3-year anniversary, but it's been very divine. I can never go back to cooked foods, because when I try, I get sick. I'm clogged brain. I'm not as alert. I can't think. My memory is just... I went out the other night to a club and to listen to some jazz. I saw this local band in San Francisco called the Brown Fellinis. They absolutely off the chain jazz. It was all this fusion. It was off the I loved it. So I thought that I'm a raw foodist so that I can have raw food at the Japanese restaurants, and they're famous for their raw food. So I had sashimi, I think it's called. Ooh, that's just like raw fish, y'all. I mean, I'm a vegan, so what was I thinking? But it's raw. It's not cooked. and I ate it, and I was sick as a dog. I'm still recovering from that little venture. So I can't say either that I just can't eat cooked food. I can't eat. I'm a vegan, so I don't eat meat, no matter if it's raw or not. That doesn't work for me. But there are raw vegans who eat meat, and they probably thrive. It does not do well for me. Remember, a year ago, I tried raw cheese, and I was jacked up, clogged up. So I'm a vegan, so I gotta know that. But also, I had the avocado cucumber roll. Avocado cucumber, right? That's cool. That's vegetables. It's raw. But of course, when it came, it's, has white rice. I mean, rice anyway is cooked, so that wasn't good. White rice, that's the devil, y'all. It's evil. It's not good. It's sugar. It's just bad for you. It's already bleached from being brown. It's not what we want to eat. And just those 2 little rolls and maybe 3 pieces of the little tiny pieces of raw fish, I was jacked up. And then I had the nerve to have some sake because it's fermented. Look how we can make excuses for when we want to do something we're not supposed to do. Just a tad bit, the cups is only this big, jacked me up. So I'm raw. I need to be raw and stay raw. And literally, I kid you not, this was the worst that I've ever felt. I've had cooked food before and felt jacked up, but this one was, my memory, I couldn't remember. I would have an idea when I was in my living room, but while I was walking to the kitchen, I couldn't remember what it was. I was going in the kitchen to pick up something, but I couldn't remember because my mind was in a fog. I couldn't remember if I called somebody or not. I was just slow and sluggish. My stomach was I was discharging a lot through that 6th elimination organ that we women have. Just the stuff trying to get out of my body, and I'm so glad that it did. So anyway, I just tell you that to let you know I'm still working on the building, but that I love raw. Raw is the absolute fabulous, and I got caught up because the music was like taking me to all these levels, but I didn't need anything else. I dulled my senses. I didn't get high. I got low, and the music was already high. So, rule number 1 that I wrote the book on, and I will always remember, and I'll never forget this, but that day I did. Eat well before you go out. Eat well as a raw foodist before you go to any concert, place, I don't care where, party. Eat well. Eat your own food, and that's all you need. And all the rest, as far as getting high, I told y'all, you don't need the other stuff. All you need is you and the Creator and the Spirit and the high vibrational frequency through your foods, and you'll be fine. So just a quick take on my raw food experience, and hoping that you have many wonderful raw food experiences. And I am going to give the taco recipe. I'm going to do a taco demo, I promise, because it's still off the chain. Just don't eat too much. Alright, this is Nubia I, the raw food goddess, the womb priestess, and a holistic practitioner, and I'm wishing you peace, love, and good health. Ashe.